Hi, this is Joseph, and today was Non Farm Payroll, and I hope you did really well trading today. But what I want to show you is how my trading system not only will provide you trading opportunities with the currencies and the Forex market, but also with futures. So you can trade the index futures, you can trade gold, you can trade oil, and I'll show you what I did personally today. And these are also some of the same trading strategies that I share with my students. This is the same technique that I teach everyone to use. This is more of an advanced pattern. And what we have here is that T2 pattern. I have some free training videos on just exactly what the T2 pattern is, but I'm not going to go into it into too much depth here because those are available on the website, the Learn Forex Trading in 30 Days.com website. But basically what we have is a price swing down and then a pullback and then a new price swing. And it really starts off with trying to identify if this is a potential level of support, which in fact this was. So we have a new price swing where price makes a new low, but the indicators really don't support that. Here I really put a lot of emphasis here on making sure that the CCI indicator is giving me the proper indication, because I use the CCI indicator in different ways. There has to be CCI divergence. So then we wait for that bullish engulfing candle pattern or bullish reversal pattern. And this was the signal here, this small white candle. It was a clear spike low, a hammer, and then that morning star pattern right there, that three candle pattern right there. On the close of that candle was our entry signal. That's everything I needed, and we held overnight. And then obviously you can see just exactly where this turned out. So this is at approximately the the 1353, 1354 area right in here, and price went as high as 1390. So you can just imagine how much profit. Now the profit targets on a T2 pattern like this are initially the price swing high that created the T2 pattern. So back over here when price was moving sideways and we were holding overnight, originally I was just targeting the price swing high back up here, which was at approximately 1383. So from an entry of about 1354 to about 1383, you can just imagine how much profitability was there in this particular trade. Again, this is the E-mini S&P 500. So that's the chart that we're looking at here, just in case. And I'll go to the currencies in just a moment, but I just wanted to show you the potential here. Quickly, I wanted to show you what I personally did trading gold. This is gold, and what you have here is an overnight range of consolidation right in here. And this was my spike high, which was the middle of that consolidation range. I'll go ahead and draw that in for you so you can see just exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm waiting for that continuation breakout signal candle, and that sets up right here on the close of that candle right there. I get indicator confirmation, the Bollinger Bands are separating the way I need them to, and I'm able to get into this trade. Now this did experience a sharper pullback, but the stop was not hit on this trade. And then again, back up here, I scaled out of this trade, obviously reaching, this was my resistance point. There is a spike high. Now I teach you how to look for the right, or what I consider the right highs and lows. This is the overall high, of course, if we were to look at the spike itself. But what I do is find a very significant price swing high that more or less helps to create consolidation, and all of the candles are for the most part holding below this price swing high. So I was able to get out of the trade before resistance here. So again, here's my entry back here on this signal candle here. This is my signal candle right there, that breakout candle. The high of that candle was 1596, and I got out before resistance was reached, which was 1610. Now this is the euro dollar, and again this is that same T2 pattern. Here we have the T2 pattern, but I wanted to point out to you that not only do you get the T2 pattern here, which gives you an earlier entry, but there was also a continuation breakout trade. So if you missed trading the T2 pattern, there are a couple of different ways to look at it. I'll show you how to do this so that depending on when you come into work and open up your charts, if you've missed the initial trade, there are still other opportunities. So if you didn't get in back here on this T2 pattern, remember the T2 pattern target is always the price swing high that creates the T2 pattern back up here, which is that high at 2404. So if you don't get in here, you know we're still holding for this target here. So if we get a second entry opportunity, which is that breakout trade here, here's our entry. The high of that candle was 2188. So you could get in effectively 3 pips above that high, And if that was just a little bit too early for you, you could have waited until after Non Farm Payroll was released, watching this pullback. Of course, we didn't participate in this pullback. It did drop quickly, but then it reversed, and we were waiting for this reversal. So you could have continued this trade according to the breakout trade here, the continuation breakout trade, and its specific targets, and the T2 target. The T2 target was all the way back up here at 2404. So I also recommended trading this as price broke above this resistance level here, and then trade it and then of course getting out just before price reaches this resistance level. And this also occurred towards the end of the trading session. So I recommend closing out positions and trying not to get stuck in holding a position through the weekend. This is the pound dollar, and this is again that T2 pattern. Here is that target. Here's what we're targeting here. So we have a couple of different entry opportunities. Back down here on the T2 pattern itself, or waiting for that breakout trade. And if you prefer, wait till after Non Farm Payroll is released, because we still have the technical setup here. The trade isn't canceled because it hasn't hit the target and it hasn't hit the stop. So we wait for the pullback. This is something that we also took with the trade copier. We waited for the pullback, waited for price to break above that high, and took it to just below that resistance level, which was the ultimate price swing target for the T2 pattern. This is the pound yen, and this is a trade that I personally took. There was a W bottom here, a double bottom, and then again sort of that T2 pattern. I was able to get in back down here on the T2 pattern, which is on that Tech 1 trade that I teach you how to use. So I entered this trade at 121.50, and I closed my trade at 122.50. Again, getting out just before resistance, which is the target on the T2 pattern. This one went a little bit further, and I'm okay with that because it's Friday. I want to make sure I get out of my trade, but I earned 100 pips on this trade. This is the euro yen, and I pretty much did the same thing. This was a breakout trade. I traded this a little bit different because this W bottom here, the right side was a little bit higher. I waited for the breakout. Again, this is that continuation breakout trade, and I traded this and earned approximately 100 pips. I needed to get out of the trade before resistance here. There was another level of resistance, obviously, which was earlier in the week back here, but I wanted to get out before the T2 pattern. Again, this wasn't really the T2 pattern, but I was trading the T2 pattern on other currencies, so I needed to make sure I got out just in case there was a reversal in every area of the market, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to lock in profits. 100 pips here on the euro yen. I can teach you exactly how to do this. This was obviously because of a result of Non Farm Payroll, and it resulted in just the currencies alone in over 350 pips today. So if you'd like to learn more about these trading strategies, please visit LearnForexTradingIn30days.com. Go ahead and click the link below, and I look forward to trading with you.